lives in us, so we gave us the strength, so we gave us the power, so we he's showing out, that's why we
Yo, we are back, episode 35 of the Not the Same podcast, and if it's wrong, you will see a comment from our sis, Miss D. Winder, that it is wrong, but I believe it's episode 35. Welcome to the Not the Same podcast sports show, hosted by me, C. Micah, and my brother, Rob Redeem over there. Brother, what's good?
No, I'm good, man. I'm feeling real, like I just told you before we came on. It's been a good week, man. This is
man.
The subjects, the Lord blessed on the Bible study. Now we in the sports. Look, man, I'm feeling good.
We in here. All right, man, if you're watching this, man, do us a favor right quick. Please hit that like, subscribe, and as my graphic pops up, but yeah.
And that notification.
Yeah, hit that like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can know when we're going live to keep up with us. Please do so.
Yeah, please.
Also, if you watch it right now, please hit that like button to help the YouTube algorithm go up so other people know that we are live right now to get into some awesome sports shows. Man, I'm going to say this, though, before we get into the sports. If you missed the Bible study last night, look up that video, man. I believe God really moved on my brother, on me as well, but Rob was leading it, man. I think it was a very, very good Bible study. If you move that way, if you against the Bible, then, hey, just enjoy these sports.
Enjoy these sports.
we got these stats for your tail. You know what I mean?
Stats out here.
With your stat face. But anyway, man, let's get to what's popping, brother.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me what's popping. All right, I'm so used to Thursday. I'm about to say the whole spiel, brother, but this is Wednesday. And pre-warning, if you're watching this is recorded. I could have just not said that, and I felt like I was in the flow, and we could have just kept going, but we don't want to seem like we're rude if we're not answering your comments. We're not answering your comments because we're live right now, but this is not being done live right now because my brother Rob's son is preaching his first sermon, and I think my brother needs to be there. I think that's a little bit more important. But we did not leave y'all hanging, man. We do not ever want to leave our fans and our family and friends hanging. So, here we are.
And it's being recorded just a couple of hours than what we normally would do. So it's tonight. Sir. It's just before you got on tonight.
It's just before you got on tonight. But I mean, it's the same date. You know what I mean?
Same day.
And if you're mad about that, come on back anyway. You'll feel better a little bit later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You'll get the same one words. We still goofy because we love y'all and we need y'all. But if y'all ain't here, we still goofy.
We still gonna keep it pushing.
Still gonna keep it pushing. All right, man. First subject: Juan Soto wins the home run derby. Juan Soto wins the home run derby. Rob, what you think about that, brother?
Hey, look, Juan Soto of the Nationals. If y'all don't know who that is, the Nationals are up there in Washington, where the football team play. Becomes the second youngest home run derby winner. Yeah, where the football team play.
Yeah, the football
He becomes the second youngest home run derby winner.
That boy said home done.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, I'm trying to get in the flow of things, man. Only this back of the eyelids time. We had to adjust.
Oh, this is facts. This is big facts. You know what I'm saying? But God helping us.
Even more so than Juan Soto, you know what really excited me about this home run derby? Shout out to Juan Soto, by the way, man.
Youngest,
salute. Second youngest. Our homeboy, hometown, homer guy, I can't say home on this one. Our Pujols participated in the home run derby. And I'm going to tell you something. He only missed the cut for the finals by one home run. He still was blasting them bad boys out. So home run derby was definitely dope, man. It was definitely dope.
I believe Pujols is 37, if I think I got that right. Something around there. You know what I'm saying? He's still launching that thing. He still got it, man. And man. They showed him a lot of respect doing that home run derby, too, because he's one of the greats. You know, Pujols got his claim to fame during the time of steroids. Pujols was never accused of taking steroids. He just been a big dude that was strong. You know, nobody ever said he was part of steroids. And, you know, we've talked about this before. You know, some of the players get shunned in the steroid era like Barry Bonds. But look, dog, if you was awesome, you was awesome. But salute to Pujols that, you know, he's never been accused of that, and he's been good. He went over there to it wasn't the Dodgers. He went to the Dodgers and the Angels when he left us.
I think he went to the Angels.
Went to the Angels for a few years, you know what I'm saying? They took care of our lightweight, paid the money, and then he came on back to, you know, retire here as a Cardinal because his claim to fame came as a Cardinal.
Hey, but since we on this, and I'm gonna go ahead and go because it's not one of our subjects. I want to talk about the All-Star game last night because history was made last night.
Yes, sir.
The American League won 3-2 with back-to-back. This is where history was made. Back-to-back home runs to tie and win by Giancarlo Stanton from the Yankees and Byron Buxton of the Minnesota Twins. Stanton became the third Yankee to win the All-Star MVP. Only I think Martinez and Jeter were the only two other Yankees to win an All-Star MVP. But I had to bring that up because history was made. And what I mean by that, it was tied 1-1. My man Stanton got up. He crushed it. I'm sorry. It was 2-1. Stanton got up, crushed it, tied it. And then Buxton got up, crushed it, won it.
Yeah.
So that's how history was made last night in the All-Star game with the AL winning 3-2.
We'll talk about this later, but baseball have one of the best All-Star games, All-Star weekend type things. All-Star, they do it more like during the week, but they have one of the best, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, man. But baseball is not the greatest at promoting their young stars, but one thing they're very good at is doing that, what they call it, the Midsummer Classic. They're very good at that, you know what I'm saying? So salute to them on that, man. Next subject, LeBron drops 42 in the Drew League game. In the Drew League game.
Say that 5 times fast.
I'm not. I will not. I will not. Yeah, so he drops 42. He also had who else was on the team? What's the dude's name?
He had DeMar DeRozan on the squad.
DeMar DeRozan on his team trying to swing on people in the game. I don't know if you saw that video. Somebody was getting in his face because these folks was not studying LeBron or him or DeRozan because, like, look, dog, we do this. We are not scared of you.
Yeah. This is what I'm going to say, man. LeBron had 42 and 16, and he played all 48 minutes. And not only that, LeBron looked healthy. For LeBron to be, I think, 37, my man was out there getting buckets.
Yes,
you
sir.
dig what
Dunking,
I'm saying?
Dunking everything. Shooting threes.
The fadeaway looked good. And if you don't know what the Drew League is, it's a Cali League in Compton where all the greats go to play. And for all them dudes that couldn't get their hair right and make it to the G League or overseas or whatever, you got they in the Drew League. And it's been some NBA players that came into the Drew and got served. And LeBron, the fact that he played every minute, now they only won by 2 points, but it just goes to show you LeBron wants to smoke and trying to show everybody I'm back.
Absolutely. One thing I say about LeBron, man, like LeBron, he wears the title as, I ain't gonna say wannabe GOAT. I ain't saying that because I ain't gonna call him the wannabe GOAT. But to me, I think for me and Rob both, the GOAT is Jordan. But the GOAT of this generation, he wears that title well. You know what I mean? So. He handles his business. He's very professional. And like when LeBron walked in the gym, I don't know if you saw the videos. When that man walked in the gym, it was like Obama walked up in that joint. Like the crowd was thick. And it only split when they saw LeVar Ball. He dapped up LeVar Ball. Then it was thick. Then he walked in. And my man was hooping, balling. He dunking on folks. And this is one of the gyms where the crowd is in the stands. They on the baselines. That's like if you hooped in them little gyms like that, that'd be some of the best hooping. You know what I mean? When he dunk on somebody, he's screaming right in the fan face because they standing right there. He not caring. He was handling his business. The Lakers could be dangerous next year if healthy because the reality is, talent-wise, the Lakers shouldn't have sucked. They shouldn't have sucked. Like, it really didn't make sense why the Lakers sucked. Other than once LeBron went down, the AD went down. Now, AD is Mr. Glass. If you ever seen that Samuel L. Jackson movie, tied in with I forgot what it's tied in with Unbreakable and tied in with the other dude. I forgot, it was a 3 movie over like Bruce a 20-year. Bruce Willis, tied in all 3. But that is AD. He's always hurt. But if he's healthy and they do something with Westbrook, I heard that they had a conversation, a Zoom call or whatever to iron out their business, you know what I'm saying, to get on one page. If maybe he come off the bench or something, Lakers can be a problem, man. Old or not, if they can just stay healthy towards the end of the season, kind of like Golden State. Remember Golden State was hurt all through the year, but they got healthy at the perfect time. And then they went on their run and won the chip.
Hey, I'm a Miami Heat fan, but I'm gonna tell you something. The Lakers picked up some serviceable young guys.
Yes, sir. Lonnie Walker,
serviceable,
very nice.
Like Walker, and they picked up my man Toscano Anderson, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they?
Like Golden State,
Golden State,
good role players.
great role players, meaning they know how to be a piece of the puzzle, and they don't have to be the superstar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, the Lakers could be nice if they can stay healthy, and that's an if factor. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
a big if.
You know, yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. Moving right
that
along.
Little this is the old folks saying they're a little long in the tooth, you know, with their main guys, you know, and like I say, Westbrook, he really fell off a cliff. Maybe this year will be a better year. Who knows? You know what I mean? But his game was so based on athleticism as a guard, and I think it's starting to leave him a little bit, and that's the biggest problem. You know, when he was with Oklahoma in the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it was him and KD, that man had like a 90% free throw rate. His free throw rate was like 60% now. How does that happen, man? It's something with the athleticism, and his stuff is off a little bit.
Yeah, mental.
Yeah, and the mental problems. You know, from just being in the wrong, man, like you've been great all your career, and all of a sudden you getting called Westbrook. Like they got to mess with your mind, bro.
Yeah.
All right, next subject. The Big 12 and the Pac-12 merger talks died. Now, if you don't know about this, I don't know if you knew about this, Rob. The Big 10 took on USC and UCLA, two very, very popular teams from the West Coast, and the SEC took on Texas and Oklahoma, right? Mm-hmm. So these two bigger conferences are becoming like Goliaths all of a sudden. So the Big 12 and the Pac-12 were talking about, we need to just join together so we don't get left out by the Big 10 and all the big dogs over there in the SEC. But they decided to cease their talks, and they just going to try to do it on their own, which means they're probably going to try to kill each other, which is not smart. Obviously, the SEC is a giant, and the Big 10 is a giant. Even though who is the Big 10, especially in the St. Louis area, you will recognize Iowa, Michigan, Ohio State, all these teams like that, very well-known teams. In the SEC, you got Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, Arkansas, all these good teams down there, Florida. Years and years and years of history.
For some reason, Missouri wanted to go to the SEC. They'll never see a chip.
No, they'll never see a chip. I will say this: they will be in the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because they left the Big 12, and I believe they left the Big 12 because of Texas and Oklahoma. And ta-da, there go Texas and Oklahoma right back there. But the thing is, Texas and Oklahoma would not run the SEC. They're going to be just another team, and I don't know how they can handle with that because Texas is very, very. A very proud institution. If you meet
both
any
of those
Texas
teams.
fan, they's like, okay, they supposed to be winning the championship every year. They very proud of their team.
You're talking Longhorns, not A&M.
Yeah, not A&M. Not A&M. Excuse me. And the last subject for what's popping, Watson suspended no more than 8 games, ? Did you hear that, brother?
I did hear that, man. The NFL news, it broke yesterday. They're saying he'll probably be suspended for maybe half the season. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if this includes the preseason because, you got that extra game.
Right.
But from what I'm seeing, if Cleveland can stay afloat for 8 games, your man Watson can probably sneak into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Depending,
crazy.
no injuries or whatever the case may be. But if you get into the specifics of the case and all of that good stuff, you saw that there was a lot of thirst traps or a lot of catfishing going on with some of these people making these accusations. And what they fail to realize is, we joked and said Watson is a freak, but freaks like to record things. And he had some recordings of these women willingly participating. So that's the reason why
I didn't know that
it got knocked down to certain things because folks was coming out the woodworks trying to get a payday. Like, I got, and he like, well, yeah, but look at this. Does it look like this was against her will? You know what I mean? So,
if that's the case, man, when he was offering to settle, they should have settled.
Yeah, and that's the reason he did settle with some of them. So I think sometimes settlement is an omission of guilt, and it's not always that. Sometimes it's strictly just to get the case out the way. I'm going about your business. You know what I mean? So I can move on with my life. I give you this little money, but just because someone settles out of court, it just means they don't want to be tied up in the court process because he's losing millions.
Absolutely.
As long as he is in the court system and not out on the field.
Absolutely. But I will say this on the other side: if there was one woman assaulted, he needs to be tried. He need to be tried for it. He need to pay for it. If there's one woman assaulted, but here's the problem: like Rob said, unless there's tapes, and if it's got tapes on his side, there's no proof. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it wasn't wounds. You dig what I'm saying? Because then it's like his word against her word. If there's no wounds, there's no type of scarring or like he actually raped them, it's gonna be hard to prove, man. But he might just be an extra type of freaky, unfortunately.
And then fortunately
for somebody, and unfortunately for others.
This is what I say about it. I pray this brother get help if he's mentally ill on this, and he learned his lesson. Because some people get away with it and be like, I'm invincible, and then they keep doing the stupid stuff. So I pray justice come for the women who really truly were abused or taken advantage of, and I pray that he learns his lesson from it, man, so everybody can move on with their life, because that's still a traumatizing situation.
That is what's popping. Before we move on, I want to do this one more time. Please like and hit that like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're watching us to help, number one, so you can keep up with what we're doing, and number two, to get the algorithm up so people can know that we're live right now. All right, let's get to this soapbox segment.
Soapbox.
All right. Welcome to our soapbox segment where you see a timer like that. You kind of can see it because Rob is an angel over there, but I'll move this over here where neither one of us can see it. Here you go. You can see now we got a timer for 2 minutes, and it's where me and Rob go in on a particular subject, whether it's sports or real life. I normally do real life. Rob normally do sports, but we go 2 minutes, and when it's done, you hear a buzzer that sound like this. As traditional, I always let my brother Rob go first. Brother, is you ready?
I think I'm ready, man.
Let's get it.
NBA Summer League is now over.
Yep.
We saw the top 5 picks do their thing as they impress with scoring, defense, and all-around personality while not getting in trouble or hemmed up by any foolery of the temptations of Sin City. Now comes the hard part. I now have to wait 72 days before another NBA game will be played.
Christ, help us.
And that's just the preseason game between the champion Warriors and the Washington Wizards over in Japan on September 30th and again on October the 2nd.
Yeah.
The following week, I get a chance to see the Bucks play the Hawks in Dubai, October 6th and again on October 8th. But if we're technically talking about when the games start, when the stars truly come out and play, because preseason is preseason, you're trying to see who you cutting. And if we talk about when the games really count, I got to break it down to y'all, man. I have to wait a total of 102 days. That's 3.5 months, 2,219 hours, 131,400 minutes, and 7,884,864 seconds before the NBA season kicks off, folks. All I'm saying is,
my guy's struggling.
I know a lot can transpire off the court, moves, acquisitions, trades. We all talking about KD, where Kyrie going. I don't care about none of that because your team looks good on paper, no matter what. Break down the stats. I'm going to say it again. 102 days, 3.5 months, 2,219 hours. 131,400 minutes and 7,884,864 seconds before I can see another game. Pray for your boy.
I mean,
that's my soapbox, cuz.
I can't do nothing but. I agree, brother. I can't do nothing with that, brother.
Ain't nobody coming with stats like that.
We all struggling. It's hard out here for a pimp, a brother, a homie. It's hard out here for all of us. These NBA fans.
If you're an NBA fan,
all right. Here's my soapbox. Here it is, man. So I grew up. I had a nephew from St. Louis. I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. I used to keep my nephew when they come to St. Louis. My nephew named Little Frank. Little Frank, you watching? What up, though? He 30-something now, but he was a young little boy at the time. I used to keep him. And, St. Louis people have a way of talking. A lot of people hear the word dirty or whatever is St. Louis, but they got other things that they do, especially you can hear it strong in the ladies. There's a certain way people talk. But it's something my little nephew used to say. When he was thirsty, he get to crying. When kids can't enunciate what they want, they cry or they whine, right? Rob knows this. He has children, right? So my nephew would be like, when he's thirsty, he say, I want a sody. I want a sody. Now, this is my soapbox for the night. If you are over 30 years old, right? And I really only heard this term by St. Louisans. If you are a grown cuss word, one word man, if you was a grown man, do not talk to me and say the word sody. My guy, what is wrong with you? I mean, I've had like real goonish looking dudes, tattooed tears on their eye. Hey, bro, let me get a sody. Dog, what? You was a grown man talking about a sody. And if you're not from St. Louis, you probably never heard nobody say that because different areas say different things. Some areas say everything is a Coke. Some people say pop. Some people say soda. And most people out here say soda or pop or Coke. But here, every once in a while, I see grown men with beards on their face like me talking about, bruh, let me get a sody. Dog. I want to say kill yourself, but don't kill yourself. I'm joking. Don't kill yourself. Kill your flesh. But, dog, grow up, man. Why is you saying sody? And I know some of our St. Louis people be like, bro, I say sody all the time. Dog, you look goofy. You look foolish. You was a grown man. You was a grown woman talking about some sody. What is wrong with you? You don't get up out of here talking about some sody. I want a sody. Let's get to Bayfield. Man, I dropped.
Jody?
My sody. Get out my face talking about a sody. The audacity of this one word. Right. All right, man. This is our debate feud segment where me and Rob go back and forth on subjects for 5 minutes long. You see a timer like this, and we go in. Sometimes we argue, other times we don't. We'll just see what it is today. The first question for tonight is this. What's more entertaining, the home run derby or the dunk contest? What's more entertaining, the home run derby or the dunk contest? Rob?
I am going to have to go with it depends on the year. You dig what I'm saying?
Get out of here.
No, it does. It depends on the year. If we talking some of the dunk contests and the Vince Carter dunk contest, the Zach LaVine versus what's my man? He playing Denver now. Aaron Gordon. Gordon. Like, if you're talking about those dunk contests, no way in the world. If you're talking about of late, I'm going with the home run derby and I'm going to tell you why. It's more impressive to see somebody, like, knock the ball 400 feet. Like, that ain't no easy feat. You know what I'm saying? The hand-eye coordination, and then you launching that mug out the stadium, that mug is dope. But if we talking about classics, I don't think no home run derby can match some of the classic dunk contests. But here lately, these youngins, I'm going with the home run derby. Go ahead,
if we're talking classics, absolutely not. The home run derby cannot compete with the dunk contest. But what we talking about right now, yes, it's the home run derby. The dunk contest has been trashed for literally about the last 10 years. Since the Levine and the Gordon. I don't know if that's 10 years ago, but it might be. We got to check it out. Probably 8, probably closer to 8 or something like that. But since the Levine and Gordon, it's been trashed. It's been trash. And because I love the NBA so much, every year I sit there like a dodo bird and watch it. And I watch it, and I'm expecting something good. And I see somebody trying to dunk 8 times to land one dunk, and the first miss was dope. But after that, it's trash. Home run derby is very impressive because you got these ain't slaw pitchers, number one, and these dudes are smacking the ball, and it takes a lot of strength, man, to be able to do that, and especially to be able to do it as long as they do it because you start to tire out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, hey, salute to them. Salute to them for doing that. And I just think for me, at this point right now, the home run derby is more entertainment, and I wouldn't call myself a full-out baseball fan, but it's definitely more entertaining.
That's facts. I'm gonna give you that because we talked about our boy Pujols and what's popping because he was in it. Hey, Pujols, even at his age, hit 15 of them deals. Yeah, 15. I think out of I don't know how many pitches they get, and they giving them a straight down the line, but they launching these joints. 15 home runs. That's all power, bro. Like just back to back to back. So you know you got to think about that. And if we going up now. Like 2022. Yeah, home run. It hurts me to say this.
I know. But I know because you're an NBA fan. Just like me, we NBA fans. I'm primarily that's my favorite sport. But bro, it's I mean, listen, the home run derby is definitely more exciting than the daggum Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl super boring because they don't really tackle. on the Pro Bowl. And then you got like who else got the All-Star? And I don't know about the other ones. I'm gonna be honest, but I do know about the home run derby, and that's nice. And every time I watch it, I be excited, and especially to get Chris Berman on there, back, doing all this extra stuff he be doing. It just make it a little bit more fun. The NBA dunk contest used to be dope. They need to change it. I don't think they should get rid of it. If they make some adjustments, then it'll be good. You know what I mean? And they should make it put some money on the table. Number one, put some bread on the table and be like, dog, you get one dunk. You miss it, that's on you. And they gonna come in there ready because they be like, nah, I ain't finna miss this joint. I'm trying to get this 1.5 million right quick. You know what I mean? So
if they allow it to be celebrity-ish, just to put a spin to it, or prime example, how the Giannis, him and his brothers. One of his brothers played with him, and the other brother, I think, was in the G League. And then they got another brother to play for the Lakers. But the one for the G League was able to come up to do the skills challenge with them. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Bring some of these G League players up for the dunk
Let them
contest.
get in. Right.
Let them get in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Make it three celebrities versus three NBA players, or whatever the case may be. Do something. But as of right now, I'm going to have to say the home run derby is more impressive, because trying to knock out 15, 20 straight home runs, bro, and we talking about 300 to 450 plus feet away out the look. If you got a baseball team, see, you've been to the Cardinal Stadium,
yes, sir,
brother.
Sir.
I'm not knocking that mug about.
Oh, no, it ain't finna happen
at all.
It ain't finna happen.
No, I could probably get to midfield.
Yeah, I mean, I may get lucky and get one of them things, maybe, but that's gonna be it. It's gonna be pure
luck.
Be
an underhand pitch, bro. I'm just telling you.
Oh God, absolutely. All right, that's it on that one. Yeah, you got T-ball me, bro. I ain't gonna be able to catch no pitch, especially from pause. But especially from a major league pitcher, I ain't gonna be able to catch. I ain't gonna be able to do it, though. I ain't be able to do it. All right, next subject. Who had a better career, Duncan or Kobe? Tim Duncan or Kobe Bryant? Who had a better career, Tim Duncan or Kobe Bryant? Who had a better career, Tim Duncan or Kobe Bryant? Let's go, bro.
All right, so we're going to go down the stats first, and then we're going to make this. So real quick, NBA championships, both of them have 5 apiece. Kobe came in the league in 97. Duncan came in 98. That means Kobe played 20 years. Tim Duncan played 19 years. Playoffs played. Kobe was in the playoffs 15 times. Tim Duncan 18. All-star appearances. Kobe 18. Duncan 15. Season MVPs. Kobe has 1. Tim Duncan has 2. Final MVPs. Kobe has 2. Duncan has 3. All-star NBA first teams. Kobe 11. Duncan 10. All defensive team. Kobe 9. Duncan 8. If you look at Rookie of the Year, Tim Duncan got Rookie of the Year. Scoring leader. Kobe got 2. Then you go into points per game. Kobe averaged a career 25, Duncan 19. Rebounds, Duncan got that one. Assists, et cetera, et cetera. When you look at the numbers overall, Kobe had more points. Yes, Duncan had more rebounds. Kobe had more assists and steals. Duncan had more blocks. You see what I mean? Total games played. Duncan played in more games than Kobe Bryant did. But you got to look at field goal percentage. Duncan was a 50% field goal percent shooter. He shot he wasn't great from the 3-point line or the free throw line, but when you start looking at it and all of the stats, because I'm still looking at everything, when you start looking at all of the stats that's up there, Timmy has a great case to say he had a better career if you look at accolades than Kobe Bryant did. Now, will I go that far, and say that?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your thoughts?
But you gave a lot of stats, brother, but you didn't answer the question.
I know. No, listen.
He gonna pass it to me, so he ain't got to answer the question.
I gave the stats. I said this at the beginning. I'm gonna give the stats, then we're gonna discuss. See, my brother don't be listening to me.
I don't. But I think I be listening to you. I'll be listening to you be talking to me.
So it's on you, and then people gonna start commenting on the side. So go ahead, man. What say you, C. Micah?
And if you are commenting and we're not responding, we want to remind you this is a recording. This is a recording because we had things to do tonight, but we didn't want to leave you hanging. My thoughts is this: as overall player, stat wise, Duncan had a better career. Impact wise, Kobe had it by far. He still have an impact. He's not even with us no more, and it's not just because he died. He had this impact. He had already changed. Kobe had this very, very loud career, obviously because he was in L.A. and the Lakers was like a big prime time team, but he had all these ups and downs. You know, he had the negative stuff in Colorado, then he had a redemption arc. He kind of became this girl dad that became, I mean, he was a girl dad, but he started kind of promoting the girl dad. He was putting all this into his daughter so she can be great. So he ended on a very high note. But I say, as star-wise, Kobe was a much bigger star. But stats-wise, I got to give it to Duncan. Like, Kobe got the chips, but guess who else got them chips? Duncan. You know, they get the same amount of championships. Duncan had it all with one team, as well as Kobe. One team. They rebuilt around Kobe, 1 to 2 times. They rebuilt around Duncan a couple of times. Same type, you know, they have a very, very mirror images. One is loud, one is flashy, and one is quiet for many reasons.
Right.
Or he keeping quiet. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm gonna look at stats and like you said, if we're talking about championships and it got to come down to it, Duncan was Finals MVP 3 times. Mm-hmm. You got to remember, Kobe came back and got his other 2 without Shaq, but Shaq was 3-time MVP, and then Kobe came back to get that, and that's what solidified him as being a great because he did it without Shaq. Mm-hmm. But Timmy been doing it. I got 3 of them my MVP, you know, season MVPs. He was MVP of the whole league twice. Yeah. Kobe only got that 1 time. So if we're looking at those type of stats and accolades, the stuff that matters to NBA nerds and stuff out there when the GOAT comment come in, I'm gonna go even further to you. If we're talking GOAT comment, they got 5 apiece.
Right.
I'll let it. If we talking GOAT and you talking about chips, these 2 got 1 more than. Yeah.
I mean, think about think exactly. But think about this, and we'll leave it at this. How much more credit should Duncan get because he did it in San Antonio?
Yeah.
A small market team where they really had to have cost-cutting measures. They couldn't just make everybody come over there like the Lakers. You know, Shaq forced his way out of Orlando. People do that all the time to go to the Lakers. No, ain't nobody doing that to go to San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? I've been to San Antonio. It's a nice city, but I mean, it's a small city. You know what I mean?
Bro, outside of Six Flags for me,
it's hot too. Boy, it's hot.
Outside of Six Flags is boring.
Right,
Sorry.
It's a very small city. So, who had a better career? To wrap it up, I say the whole package. I still have to go Kobe because I think Duncan had a better nerd career or statistical career, but all this is encompassing of being a great player. Just like when we take on Jordan, we'll say, yeah, he had the shoes and all that. Well, we can't leave all that out for Kobe because Duncan had better stats. So I'm gonna have to say Kobe because of all the other stuff too.
Let me tell you something. Star power is what matters. My bad for cutting you off, but
no, you good.
It's one thing that we haven't said. Mamba mentality. If you don't think he had an impact, they even have that on 2K now.
Yes, sir.
You can get the Mamba mentality.
Yes, sir.
And your player gets focused. You dig what I'm saying? So
and start dropping
career-wise, right. Career-wise, Kobe Bryant. Statistical-wise, Tim Duncan.
And that's that on that. All right. Next subject and last question for tonight. Who will have a better season this year, Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott? Who will have a better season this year, Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott? Brother, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get it.
I'm going with Russ. He can throw over 20 yards and it's on point.
You say what?
He can throw the ball more than 20 yards accurately.
Don't do Dak like that, bro.
I like Dak. Dak put the bag on himself, and salute to Dak for doing that.
I'll bet the bag on himself.
He bet the bag on himself, and he got injured, but he still ended up getting his bag. But for Russ is championship proven.
Mm-hmm.
Russ is not injury prone, and he don't have it's not a circus around him in Denver. You know what I mean? Dak always it's America's team, as they call it.
Right. The Lakers of football.
It's always a spotlight, and no matter what they do, it's scrutinized. And I don't think Russ really has any pressure right now. Look, go into Denver and handle your business.
Yeah, I would say I would have to agree with you that it probably would be Russell Wilson, but here's the reason why I say that. I think Dak is a very good quarterback, but the pressure of being in Dallas is always hard. And also his receivers always seem to get hurt, so they get to roll and then a receiver get hurt. whether it was Amari Cooper, I'm going to leave Cooper there no more, but Amari Cooper, whoever it may be, they end up getting hurt. They always had this major injury, either a right guard, his protection guard, or something get hurt, and every time he's susceptible to him getting injured. Now, Dak is not as accurate of a thrower, but I believe Dak is a winner. He won in college for Mississippi State. He won when he played. As soon as he got to the league and he took out, basically, Tony Romo got hurt. He came in from the preseason, and they went to the playoffs first year as a rookie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Dak is definitely a winner. I think he's a great leader. But I agree with you. He is not as accurate. I think he could throw further than 20 yards. I give him 35. You know what I mean? But I will say this about Russell Wilson. The reason I think Russell Wilson going to have a better season is not the same reason you get. The reason I think he's going to have a better season because he's on a new team. And I think he's going to have the prove it year, right? He's going to have this year is like, yo, if you think I was good in Seattle, watch what I do with this team. Mentality. Right. You dig what I'm saying? And like you said, he's going to be away from the spotlight. Denver is a historically good franchise, but it's not the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I mean? And I think he's going to be going hard, one, because he's not under Pete Carroll no more. Pete Carroll was mainly a run-first coach, and then kind of tried to switch at the end, but all the talent was gone. But I'm rooting for Russ. I think Russ going to do it.
Yeah, I think in talking about Russ and keeping going with that, he's also in a different division. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the advantage that he has because now
he had an NFC West that was
you're in the NFC West and you boy, you're gonna really have to play the Raiders twice. You're gonna have to play Kansas City twice, San Diego twice. Mm-hmm. So he's got to play some good teams off in that West, but he's no longer in the AFC West. I'm sorry, y'all.
Right, he in the AFC West now.
He was in the NFC West
where
he had to go against the 49ers, the Rams, you know what I'm saying, Arizona. Mm-hmm. But they were prepped for him, so they knew what to do when it came to prepping for Russ. We do this every year. We've got to play him twice a year. We do it every year. Now he's in a new division, and he's up there in Denver. My question would be, how is the altitude going to deal with him? How is he going to deal with that altitude? And how is he going to deal with a true winter? Because it's cold in Seattle, but it's cold in rain.
Right.
Cold and snow is totally different. Totally.
Well, speaking in tongues over there. Anyway, go ahead, brother.
So with Dak, Dak could have a great season because he in the NFC at least, if you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Because who does he have to worry about? Honestly,
right. They're in a terrible division.
Yeah,
always.
The Giants, Philly,
Washington, I believe.
I think Washington and the Panthers. Are the Panthers? No, I don't think the Panthers.
No, it's not the Panthers. It's somebody else.
But it's definitely Washington football team. The Giants and the Eagles. They're definitely there. So Dak could get it just on default of being in the NFC least. Russ could get it just for being in a different division and conference altogether.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I think it's going to be Russell Wilson. I think he's going to have a better season because all of what Rob said, as well as, like I said, he's in a different climate. Now, like Rob said, it's going to be tough dealing with that weather because, see, I've been to Seattle and I've been to Denver. They're very different. We'll just say that. These two very different places. Now, there's a lot of high people in in Seattle, but there's a lot of cold people in Denver, and they high too because they be smoking out there, boy. Smoking out there.
They were the ones that started this whole ordeal.
They started this whole bunga stuff. All these trees.
Legal trees.
Yeah, legal trees. All right, man. Let's get to the one word of the day. We got a one word today, man. We actually got a couple of one words. Let's get to it.
What's up? It's the publisher here, Mr. Kelly Cole, and you're rocking with Not the Same Podcast. Keep it locked.
This one word. No.
Of the day.
All right, we have two one words of the day. The first, Anais Smith and Miles Bridges. You don't know who Anais Smith is. He is, I got some information about Mr. Anais Smith. And this is why he is the one word of the day. He played for Texas A&M, and right now they're having the SEC Media Days, which is a big deal in the South. If you never heard of that, they basically all come together, ESPN broadcaster, and they all sit there and they talk about what they're going to do, and they normally bring their best players to represent their university, which is Anais Smith was one of them. Normally they're like, the elite players. You know what I'm saying? The quarterback, people who do very good scholastically. They do good in school. One word. Trying to use a big word, but they do good in school, right? Here's what happened to him. Texas A&M Aggies football player Anais Smith arrested on DWI with the weapon in the car and marijuana. Now, not to be too deep, I ain't tripping on the marijuana, for real. A lot of people just do the marijuana. But you got caught with a weapon in your car. You are a college player, and you are DWI. They brought you there because you are the elite person to bring, that he's an exceptional student and all that. And my guy gets down there, and they're in Atlanta right now, and gets a DWI in the ATL. You can't bring everybody to Magic City down there. You got to be careful, brother. You got to be careful. And this is here's a picture of my guy right here. This is Anais Smith. You know what I mean? He looked like he about to get in the sun. He looked like, he got them I roll sticky fingers. He got go ahead, bro. My bad.
I hope he got an NIL deal.
I hope so.
And the reason I say this, to stay on this, and this is where I welcome NIL deals, because he's young. And when I was young, I did the same stupid stuff. But when you're young and have access, stuff like this sometimes can happen, bro. So I hope he got an NIL deal, because if his draft stock drops, he's still got a little paper in his pocket to help him bounce back a little bit. But
I think I'll go ahead.
No, but the flip side of the NIL deal is maybe that's why he had everything that he had, because he got some paper in his pocket.
What I was about to say was, on the positive side, we don't want to down a brother, in school or whatever. This would not be the end of this guy. You know what I'm saying? It's exemplified because it's the media day, and all the media have converged on Atlanta, including all ESPN or whatever, and there's no sports going on. Literally, there are no sports tonight, and the ESPYs is on that, most people don't. Well, I never watch them. But anyway, so this is a big deal because this happened today. Hopefully the brother be all right. Hopefully he get himself straight. Thank God he was driving while intoxicated, but he didn't hit nobody. Nobody died. So it's not going to be a major deal. As for our next one word of the day, Mr. Miles Bridges. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He got the crackhead hair, and he acting with the real crackhead mentality right now. My man, let's talk about what Miles Bridges happened with Miles Bridges. Let me pull this back up right quick. I had an article on it. Miles Bridges pleads not guilty to 3 felony charges in domestic violence case. Now there are some pictures that came out of his wife that he lumped up real good, And now my man plead not guilty. And this was released the day before NBA free agency happened. He was about to make probably about $150 million. And that's all gone bye-bye. And I hate it for that brother. But one thing we was talking about last night, if you saw the Bible study, be it staying away from angry people and controlling your temper, my man Temper lost him $150 million.
Yeah, man.
That's a shame, brother.
I read a little bit about it, and I think 2 of the felony charges is 2 counts of child abuse, but it's not because he touched the children. So it's because they were witness. They were in.
So they was in the witness why their mom was getting whooped.
They were in the room when it happened. So with that being said, let me tell you something. Any man that puts his hand on a woman, to me, you are the lowest of low. Get up out of here with that. Straight coward if you knocking your, even if your lady attacks you, and it's just my opinion, even if your lady rushes you, you are strong enough to grab and subdue. You dig what I'm saying? For the most part. I do understand we got some retributions out there that can knock your folks out. I got a couple of aunties. Hey, I got a couple of aunties that can scrap, and you gonna take your knot. But my point in this situation, I feel like they trumping up the charge, bro. Like, you gonna hit him with 2 counts of child abuse, and he didn't touch his children. I don't like that. Now, the first felony of knocking up his wife, as far as with his hands, that's cowardly. But for them to trump the charge and say, and 2 counts of child abuse because they saw it, witnessed of it, I don't agree with it. If that's the law, it's the law. I got to respect it, but I don't have to agree with that one.
Yeah, the thing is I agree with you. I hate that they added that, but here's the point, man. You can't put yourself in those situations. That's it. You know, you got to recognize, and that's the negative side of these young guys getting so much money. He was a high draft pick. I believe he was like number 7, number 8, right? So he probably had guaranteed $9 to $10 million, you know, maybe something like that. So he's been living the life he want to live, you know, living a life of luxury, so to speak. And then all of a sudden, he has to be able to control what's going on with him. Yeah, but like I just really think Miles really, really messed up himself, man. And I hate that, like you were saying, that they added the children thing because it makes it worse. But like I was saying, or like I was getting to, you have to not allow yourself to get in those situations. You are $1 million man. You're $1 million black man, right? And you have to cool your temperature. You may have had a woman that got on your last nerve. Brothers, anybody who's watching, when it get like that, leave. She's going to get mad. She's going to be cussing at you. She's going to be doing whatever. But for your sanctity, you smack her, it's worse for you, brother. Look at this man. He's achieved getting a few millions. He had a deal. I think he wore Pumas, you know what I'm saying? But he slapped all of that out of his hand. Basically, when he slapped her and whooped up on his wife, all that left. All that left. He was going, Charlotte said, we have full intentions to bring him back. All that changed. And one day, from whatever happened, now it probably happened months ago, but it got out and released that day. And especially if they get in divorce, I'm sure it was strategically released that day. But, you know, on the sister end, if you trying to get paid up, you shouldn't release that. If you trying to get that big settlement, you shouldn't release that. But nah, for real, on a serious note, man, I really, really hate that happened to that brother, man, because his career, it ain't going to be the same. That's going to stick with him. It's going to stick with him. And, you know, people make mistakes, and I get it, he's young or whatever, but when there's pictures and evidence, like they can talk about, like we was talking about my brother Anaya Smith with the DWI. There's no evidence that he ran over somebody and killed somebody, so he'll keep moving. But when the pictures come out of his wife's face lumped up, it's bad off.
Hey, what's my man from Duke? But I always mess my man name up. Bencharo.
Paulo Banchero.
Yeah, him. And he played for the squad. My squad, I can barely pronounce his name.
It's just words.
When him and Coach K, grandson, got caught up with a DWI.
Yeah.
Guess what? Hey man, holla at granddad. You got to take this.
You ain't heard nothing else about it.
I ain't heard nothing else about it.
I think we made them one word that
day. We did make them one word, and we joked about it. But guess what? He was still the number 1 draft pick, and he was in Vegas getting buckets because there's no evidence. It's no evidence behind it. Right. It's a hearsay. It's a report. The report of. And as we've seen, sometimes these reports be a little fabricated so that they can juice it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But for Miles Bridges, like Ray Rice, after that happened with Ray Rice in that elevator, it was never the same. Yep. Never the same. Same way for what's the other football player? Adrian Peterson. It was never the same. So when you go down this route, just walk away, bruh.
Yeah, man.
I mean, in a joking way, like Kevin Hart said, snatch the keys and slam the door. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you got the keys in your hand, but make sure you walk away and you get down the street so you don't put yourself in a position. Ladies, for you ladies who are bigger than your man and you be smacking them up, same way for you, walk away. It ain't worth it.
Yeah, man. And listen, me and Rob both married. I can guarantee me and him ain't really talked about this, but I've punched a hole in 2 walls, right? Angry as a younger man, angry with my wife and mad, and we getting into it and needling each other and saying little slick stuff, man. And when I saw that thing in the wall, I ain't did that here, but back in Memphis, when I saw that, I was like, hey, I need to leave. I'm too mad. You know what I'm saying? And no one can get you as mad as your spouse or your significant other. Nothing I can say to Rob can hurt more than what his wife can say to him. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Nothing Rob can say to me will hurt me more than what Crystal can say. Crystal can say something slick, and it's like my feelings hurt, and I'm mad, and my manhood. It's like so many things going, and you mess around, and you want to release it. And your best way to release it, get up out of there. Leave. Because once you hit her, It's a problem. And especially for one of you, if you're a public figure. You know what I'm saying? And listen, we're not that big time. Let one of us beat on our wives. That's it.
No.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, man. So I ain't finna hit nobody. You know what I mean? I ain't finna hit nobody, especially nobody in my house. Now, if I had kids, I whoop their tail. Not like this, but their tail get whooped, though. You know. My brother had no argument over there. And sometimes
you know what? Now
depending on the transgression.
No. But that's my issue with the child abuse, because I know children who have been abused, and you're going to give them that charge, and his children just saw. That's my issue. But
well, I mean, I guess it could be mental abuse, though, because they see that. Because I know I had an uncle that laid some hands on his wife, and it messed me up for a long, long time. And we was at a family reunion. He put his hands on her, and I was the first one to see it. And, you know, and when I saw it, I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a teenager, young teenager. I had to tell my dad. My dad broke it up or whatever. But it you know, like, I don't watch no movies where women get beat. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw something. You dig what I'm saying? Right, so I can see how that can be, you know, dangerous to a kid, especially a young kid. You know, I'm a teenager at that time, and it still jacked me up a little bit. So, right. Yeah, man. Well, But anyway, man, about time for us to get slide on up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all watching, especially, hey, if you did not know, this is recording, and if we didn't answer all your queries and your questions and your comments, because we are being recorded. We're doing this early because Rob is going to watch his son minister his first sermon, and I think it's more important for my brother to be there, but we did not want to leave you hanging, so we dropped a little episode for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So appreciate y'all watching.
Yeah. So it's going on 5 o'clock. So you will see this in about 63 minutes or so, you know. But
something like that.
Tune in. But check this out. We want to tell y'all something. We was nominated for a Spin Award, man. So
yes, sir, we were.
I know we get ready to get to the part where how you can support us, but we're gonna tell you about the Spin Award. See, go ahead and play that video for him, man.
All right.
Caught that boy off guard.
I was about to play it.
Yes, me and my brother have been nominated for a Spin Award for Podcast of the Year. So please go spinawards.com/vote. Scroll down to Podcast of the Year, and you will see the Not the Same Podcast for Podcast of the Year. You can also support us by hitting our Cash App, Cash sign, Not the Same Podcast, or the website, notthesamepodcast.com. We want to do a quick shout out before we get out of here for all our rebroadcasters. Praise 365 Radio with our homeboy Scooter, Sam Hishop Radio Podcast with Sam Hishop out in Vegas. Our MTMV fam. We want to give a shout out to all of them. MTMV, they are also nominated for a few things. So if you see their name as you're scrolling down for the Spin Awards, MTMV for Best Morning Show. The Voice, our homeboy, The Voice for the Best Radio Broadcast Voice. Orlando Page, RYC Praise News, another rebroadcast of the Not the Same Podcast. Orlando Page is nominated for radio station. I got to give a shout out to Pulse Radio. They have been playing my music for the last 10 years. They're up, I think, for international radio station. That's Pulse Radio. Shout out to Parable Radio and everyone. 520 Collective with our homeboy Eric Boston. If y'all didn't check out our podcast with me and C last Friday, go and listen to that interview me and C talking about the Not the Same Podcast and just chopping it up and things in general. So that is how you can support us. We appreciate y'all, man, very, very much. And the last thing you can do, we said this a couple of times in this show, hit that like, subscribe, notification button. We are strictly on YouTube now. No longer on Facebook, Twitter, and all them other spots. YouTube Live, and then you can catch us on Spotify, iTunes, and all of your digital outlet services. Yeah, dig?
Had me think about Flame. Flame was saying, you did. But once again, man, if you want to vote, please vote for us. As you see it on the screen there, right above the Cash App sign, www.spinawards.com. /vote. If you go right there, like Rob said, you scroll all the way down, you can vote for us and also vote for our friends within the music and ministry and anybody you know, vote. But look for us and help us vote, because I say this plenty of times. We are glad to be invited, but we coming to take the trophy. We trying to get the trophy. We trying to win, man. Hey, we dudes, we athletic, we hoop, we like that, and we don't play games to lose. Dig what I'm saying?
Right.
But hey, we appreciate y'all watching, man. We love y'all. We'll be back tomorrow with another Not the Same Podcast, Music and Faith show, live and direct. So check it out. Be ready for it. And with that being said, I'm C. Micah.
I'm Robert Dean.
We out.